All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Mortal Kombat video, and today I'm not going to be talking about leaks. Surprise, surprise. Good old Super, baby. The only YouTuber to not make a video about the leaks, which I'm still not making a video about the leaks just because, yeah, I've made a lot of videos on different leaks before that have just been completely fake. This one, there's some people who say it's credible from other sources, but hey man, my uncle works at NetherRealm and he said that this leak is 100% true, so you guys don't have to worry about anything. Don't worry, it's happening, guys. But in reality, to me, the leak it didn't really look real, to be honest. It looked like someone with a lot of time on their hands made up the story and a lot of the details, especially considering the fact that fan favorites like Johnny Cage, Melina, and Sonya were 100% not going to be playable. Nah, man, I don't think so. We're only a couple days from the Game Awards. We'll see if MK11 gets announced. If it doesn't, we all know MK11 is on the way at some point. Now let's talk about, in my opinion, the 5 things NetherRealm has to do to make MK11 the best Mortal Kombat game of all time. And of course, your opinion is always appreciated. Your comments, your thoughts, so leave them down below. And if you guys can, leave a like rating on the video. I'll really appreciate it. I've been uploading a lot of NKX lately, and it's felt pretty good to get back to the game, playing it at least somewhat consistently, or uploading it at least somewhat consistently. So if you guys have been enjoying that, leave a like rating on the video. But here we go. I actually have a list here. First, I'm going to talk about the things that are going to be guaranteed. So 3 things that are going to be guaranteed. We could expect amazing graphics because Injustice 2 looked beautiful. We could expect the same graphics, if not better. They've always done better every game. So graphics are going to be on point. It's Mortal Kombat. It's NetherRealm. MK9 was fast-paced in its own right, with its own style of fast-paced gameplay. MKX was steroid-induced fast-paced gameplay. So, of course, MK11 is going to be fast-paced. That's 2 out of 3. And the last one is a great story. We know that we're going to get a great story mode in MK11. So those 3 things are guaranteed in my opinion. But now let's move on to the top 5 things to make MK11 the best Mortal Kombat game. Now, the first one that I'm going to talk about is, in my opinion, the most important. And I think it's the one that's least likely to happen. I don't know why, but NetherRealm Studios doesn't want to pony up the dough for good, hype, quality music. If Mortal Kombat X had the type of music that a game like Killer Instinct had, oh my god, MKX would be the best Mortal Kombat game to date by far. Because MKX has everything, almost everything. And then you add some Mick Gordon music to it, some Killer Instinct type music where every theme feels hype, and the game has so much personality because of the music. Oh, they need to do something about the horrible choice of music that they have put in MK9 and MKX. It's unacceptable for a game as hype as Mortal Kombat. Music is super, super important, man. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has some of the most iconic music. Capcom vs. SNK 2. There's still so many tracks that I listen to whenever I want to play a game because they're so amazing. There's a lot of music that sticks out in your mind when it comes to different fighting games, and it's never been a NetherRealm game, and something needs to change. Like, NetherRealm has to hire, if not Mick Gordon, which would be the #1 option, then they just have to compose some good music, man. Stop it with this epic, like, sounding, I don't know, like Injustice 2, I understand why it had like epic type music and stuff, but stop it with that in MK, man. The game is so fast paced, the adrenaline is flowing, the blood is flowing, you're thinking 100 miles a minute. You need some like rock music, you need some good music. It's all I'm trying to say. I think that's the most important thing to make MK11 the best Mortal Kombat of all time, and I think it would definitely help keep players who might not be too invested in the game. Man, music is powerful. If you have some good music, it's just gonna make the experience more fun to play. Why do you guys think that for Dragon Ball FighterZ, I just turn off the music and put my own Dragon Ball Z, Bruce Faulkner music, and Dragon Ball Super music? Because it makes the viewing experience just so much better. Even though I can't hear it when I'm playing, I know the viewing experience is gonna be better because the music it matches what's on the screen. And I think Mortal Kombat needs some good music, man. All right, number 2, and these are not in order anymore. It's just I wanted to make sure music was number 1 because that, in my opinion, is number 1. But these next 4 are not in order. I'm just talking about them as I go along. But music is definitely number 1 for me. So this one seems obvious, but I think a good roster is key. I think MKX did a really good job of providing a good roster. Not a perfect roster. Perfect roster would be something like Armageddon now in a current Mortal Kombat game, but I don't think they're going to be putting, 60 characters or however many characters Armageddon had. That would literally be the perfect roster. Like Smash Ultimate, one of the biggest reasons why everyone is so excited is because it has almost every character, if not every character ever in the Smash Brothers game. So if like MK11, just imagine, MK11 is the Smash Ultimate of Mortal Kombat with the roster size and pretty much every character that's ever been in Mortal Kombat. That would be too good to be true, and I don't expect something like that because with the amount of time and resources they put into the story mode and everything else around the game, the roster can't be like absolutely gigantic. But I definitely just want fan favorites to return that were in MKX. Of course, I want Aaron Black to return. I want all the new characters to return. Bring back Ferritor. Bring back Kotal Khan. Of course, he's gonna be in it. He's a crucial part of the story. Bring back Devora. All these characters that were introduced. I don't want them to be a one and done deal. Bring back the big guy, man. Bring back Ferritor, and make Jackie and make Kung Jin, some of these characters, a little bit more interesting, because the reason why they're not played is because they have almost no personality. I know Jackie is like really feisty and stuff like that, but I think in the story mode it wasn't portrayed that well. So when someone played the story mode, they're like, why am I gonna play this character? I could play someone else. I could play Johnny Cage. He's the ultimate trash talker. So I think bring back all the new characters, but just develop their characters a little bit better, or their personalities or backstories. Something that people could relate to, and something that people could make them attached to the character. I like Jackie because her gameplay is really fun, but bring back characters like Noob Saibot. If not on the main roster, definitely DLC. I do not want another scenario like Injustice 2 where people were expecting so much and for the most part got so little with a lot of the different characters. Guest characters, you guys should already expect. There's going to be guest characters, especially Michael Myers. He's, I don't want to say 100 because it's never 100, but 99.99999% sure that a character like Michael Myers will definitely be a DLC guest character. But as far as characters who don't make it in the game, like let's just say for example, Rain is not in the main roster. Bring back Rain as a DLC character. The DLC characters do not have to fit in with the story at all. It could literally be anyone. Who you could bring back Jade. You could bring back anyone who's dead. Melina, if she's not on the main roster, I think she will be. But let's just say for example, she died, right? It doesn't matter because it's DLC. It doesn't have to tie into the game at all. So I just want a good roster. Next up here is a fun, balanced game. And I know you guys are gonna say, a fun, balanced game? What the hell is that? There's two different types of balance. There's boring balance, like Injustice 2. And then there's a fun balance where every character is overpowered. Now, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but I'm gonna use Dragon Ball Fighters as an example because it's actually not gonna be a good example because that's 3v3. But I want every character to have dirty stuff. I want every character to have, you know, awesome, fun gameplay with the cheap stuff. A balanced game a lot of times is a boring game. Injustice 2 might be the crown and jewel of balanced NetherRealm games. Of course, you have your Starfires that are up there, but most of the characters in the game could go toe to toe with every character in the game, if that makes sense. Like the worst character considered to be the Joker, Sonic Fox, even though it's cheating because it is Sonic Fox, won the biggest Injustice 2 tournament to date with the Joker, almost exclusively. You have characters like Swamp Thing that, of course, he's going to struggle with matchups like Starfire. I mean, come on. Swamp Thing is super slow, but he has amazing range. He has the log, which is super good. You know, if you knock someone down and the log hits them when they're getting up, it's super plus on block. A lot of times it gives you a free forward too. You have all these characters that could go toe to toe with each other, but for the most part, a lot of them play almost exactly the same. I want every character to be broken in Mortal Kombat X, because then no one could complain about, hey, this character is broken. If every character is broken in the game, it makes it a fun, balanced game because every character is broken. If I don't want broken as far as like plus 27 on block pre-patch Kung Lao, but I want every character to have good tools to be able to compete with everyone else while still keeping it fun. And that's probably the hardest one to do, to be honest, because balancing a fighting game is super hard. I don't envy Paulo Garcia, who is the person who decides the balance of the game, because at the end of the day, no one is gonna, I mean, there's always gonna be people that are unhappy, but I just want a fun game. So I hope they could get as close to that as possible. That's definitely the most difficult one, and I know it's gonna have ups and downs in the tier list, and you know, characters are gonna suck at the start and then end up being good, nerfed again. You know, just like MKX, Kenshi was always horrible. He was the worst character in the game for a long time, and then look at Possessed Kenshi now. He's like top 3 character in the game. It's crazy how things change. But I want a balanced game while still keeping it fun. So that means everyone be broken. Let's just have every character be broken. All right. Number 4, I think it's something that's going to happen, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but creativity when it comes to combos. Because, man, Injustice 2 is fucking... you guys know. I personally still like Injustice 2. I'll always like Injustice 2 because, man, it looks beautiful. I get to play with Superman, Supergirl, the Joker. So the game is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I complain about it all the time, but the game overall is just amazing. But damn, does it have the most boring combo system ever. Man, every character is 2 buttons into a capture state or a juggle, back 3, jump 3, and the combo, and then rinse and repeat. Now you take that and you take a game like MKX, there's still people discovering combos for characters to this day. The Hunter Predator combo that I came up with, someone else came up with the down 2 into the double disc concept. I came up with the rest for Hunter, but that person came up with, you know, down 2 double disc. Like, I never thought of doing that. And there's still people finding different combo routes and different ways to get crazy looking combos with different characters. Like this Hunter Predator combo that, you know, I borrowed the down 2 concept but ended up creating. It just happened like a month ago, and MKX is almost 4 years old. It's crazy how much creativity we have in MKX. So I think this one is, you know, is definitely going to happen for MK11. Now, the last one here is probably going to be the most controversial one, because I think a lot of people like normal costumes. They want just a, MKX type costumes where you just have costumes for that character. You don't have to pick anything to match, But of course, I'm talking about the gear system. That's where I'm going with this. I think this one is definitely going to be the most controversial one, because I think the gear system, if they do it correctly, and I think they would do it on their second chance, because there's a lot of things that were wrong with the gear system in Injustice 2, and you guys have heard me complain about it many times. And I think NetherRealm is definitely going to take all our criticisms of the gear system, and if they do bring it back, it's going to be so much better. And the gear system lets you customize your character to look the way you want it to look, which is the best part about it, because there's so many times where I'm playing a video game and there's a set costume and I'm like, man, I wish I could change, I wish I could add something else, or I wish I could change to a different color. In MKX there's only two colors, the default and alternate. So man, I wish I could have this color on this costume. And a lot of times with the gear system, that's a possibility to customize your character however you want. I love the gear system in the game. The things that I don't like about it is that a lot of the gear looks the same, and the gear has stats, and that is the worst part about it. If they bring that back, forget about this topic. I don't want the gear anymore. Just give us costumes. If they're going to bring back gear stats, because that's literally the worst thing in Injustice 2. I've been vocal about it. A lot of you guys agree. It just sucks, because the idea of having like cool moves that you could use in player matches, that's so amazing. But then you go into player matches and you have to beat someone's ass, even if your character is geared up, for about 3 times, 4 times the amount of life that you normally would have taken, or they would have taken. It's so frustrating. And then they hit you once because they have like 1,000 attack and they kill you in 2 combos, even if you have like 500 defense or whatever. So it just makes you not want to even try those gear moves. So I think if they do the gear system right, it's gonna add some more replay value to this game, because people are gonna want to keep customizing their characters and having different looks. And the best thing about it is that DLC characters also are included in the gear system. That was one of my biggest gripes about MKX, man. Predator, Jason, they never got costumes. Characters like Tremor, why couldn't they give Tremor a classic ninja costume is beyond me. They never gave him that. None of the DLC characters got any different costumes. So the best thing about the gear system is that they have to do this for every character. So just imagine having a metallic mask for Jason with his brain exposed. Hashtag Jason X is the best looking Jason of all time. I'm not saying the movie is great, but goddamn, is Jason X costume looks so good. And that was everyone's request for a Jason costume, and it never happened. We never even got a second costume for Jason, which is a shame. Now they could definitely add a metallic mask in the gear system easily. So that's a positive thing about the gear system. I definitely would probably prefer it over regular costumes, unless they add gear stats. If they add gear stats, NetherRealm, please just forget about it. Please. No one likes gear stats. Nobody. So that is going to be the end of today's video. Damn, this one was actually one take. That's what I'm talking about. Hope you enjoyed today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know down below in the comment section, what are your top requests to make MK11 the best Mortal Kombat of all time? This is it, guys. This next Mortal Kombat, whether it's announced at the Game Awards, whether it's not, it's happening at some point. And this could easily be the greatest Mortal Kombat game of all time. But if it doesn't have a lot of what we've been requesting, especially some good music to go along with the gameplay, a good roster, a good creative combo system like MKX, there could be trouble. Because we're gonna play it, but it will never be a really popular mainstream game. It's gonna be a lot of like what NetherRealm games are, and I don't want that. That's why I'm making this video. I know that it's probably like super late in development anyway, but a lot of times the reason why NetherRealm games don't really last as far as competitive goes, as far as like huge viewership, like games like Street Fighter and stuff like that, is a lot of times it doesn't really hold the attention of people for that long. And I think, you know, things like music, good roster, you know, someone who might have one fan favorite character, like if he has his character or she has her character, they're gonna stick around and play this game. So music, good roster, creative combo system, a good mix of character, you know, specialties. You can have your zoners, you can have your rushdown characters, you can have your pressure characters. Make them all really good. Hashtag broken balanced game. That's what I want. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.